If you're about ready to do your first flip, stop everything and watch what I'm about to share with you. There are actually 5 very common mistakes that almost all new flippers make. Number 1, I'm going to show you exactly what these 5 are. Number 2, most importantly, I'm going to show you how to avoid them. There are 5, count them, 5 mistakes that almost every single, especially beginner investor makes. Guys, I made 4 of these. I ended up living out of my car when I made them. I literally made myself homeless. You got to know what these mistakes are. I'm about ready to share them with you, but most importantly, I'm going to show you how to avoid them. Guys, 22 years ago when I started, I literally watched a couple YouTube videos and I thought I had it figured out. Boy, was I wrong. Look, in today's world, these flipping shows, they make it seem it's like easy peasy. What they don't show is all the behind the scene work that needs to be done to do a flip successfully. There are literally dozens of moving pieces on each and every single deal. Guys, let's get into what can go wrong, and most importantly, I'm going to share with you how to avoid what can go wrong. First thing is, not enough money. According to Investopedia, flipping a home is expensive. In addition to acquisition costs, renovations can often run more expensive than anticipated. Interest from financing can be expensive, and taxes can cut into the profits at the end. Underestimating any of these can be very, very costly. I've been at this thing for over 2 decades. I am currently in a deal where we thought we're going to spend $70,000 renovating it. We're over $120,000 into this project. And that's after 2 decades of doing this. I could tell you almost everything is going to cost more than you think. If you think you're going to get a loan to cover everything, you're probably not, because banks don't like to give 100% of what you need. This is an expensive business, and you better always have more than you think that you need if you want to do a successful flip. Number 2 is the biggie, not enough time. Renovating and flipping houses often takes months. Whether you hire someone to do the work or do it by yourself, it's not uncommon for a project to take longer than expected. After that, inspections and selling the property can take quite a bit of time, especially if you've never gone through the process before. See, look, let's face it, in the beginning, you're limited on everything, right? You're limited on time, you're limited on money, you're limited on resources, you're limited on the knowledge. So time is of the essence. I'll tell you, when I got started, here's exactly what happened to me. I bought a house, I started fixing the house. I saw another property, made sense. Well, here's what I thought. It's gonna sell in a month or 2. I'm going to be able to buy this property. I put this property under contract thinking I'm coming out of this property. Well, guess what? This property didn't take a month or 2 to sell. This property took almost 6 months to sell. You know how I got in trouble? I was in breach of this contract. I almost put myself in a position of breaking the law because I did not understand in this business, it always takes longer than you think. Time is the essence. Number 3, not enough skill set. Professional builders, carpenters, and plumbers often flip houses as side income to their regular jobs. The real money in flipping comes from sweat equity. And if you don't have the skills or know how much a job should actually cost, you can miss out on substantial profit. Guys, when I got started, the first 6 deals, I lost money in every single deal for only one very basic reason. I didn't know anything about rehabs. 3 contractors in total over those 6 initial jobs literally ripped me off on every single job. I lost everything, basically made myself homeless. Guys, there's a certain skill set in this business that many of us don't have, that many of us do not possess. And at that point, you're literally at the mercy of some wrong person stepping into your deal and totally destroying it. Number 4, not enough knowledge. Now, this is very different than not the right skill set. You actually have to know a lot of things about this industry if you want to flip successfully. To be successful, you need to find the right property in the right location at the right price. After that, knowing which renovations to make and which to skip is key. From there, understanding tax and zoning laws is key to keeping your profits. Gaps in your knowledge about any of this can be crippling to a project. Do you know what school system you're in matters? Do you know how the property is zoned matters? Do you know whether you buy a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom matters? Do you know that if you spend $100,000, you may not need to? You may only need to spend $50,000? Everything matters. Location, design, plans, zoning laws. And if you don't have that kind of industry knowledge about what you're doing, a deal that looks pretty good on paper, could be disastrous. Number 5, not enough patience. Professional flippers will take their time to wait for the right deal. If you jump in and buy the first house you see, hire it out to the first contractor to make a bid, and sell it to the first buyer, you're sure to miss out on earnings and potentially lose money. As a beginner, this is a huge one. I lived this one personally. The first 6 properties I saw 22 years ago, I bought. Yeah, you better believe it, I did. You know what I had on my face? Beginner. And so I believed everything they told me. I believed the price they told me. I believed the contractor when he bid out the property incorrectly. I believed the real estate agent that told me that how much he could sell it for. Do you know every single one of those numbers was wrong? First 6 deals, I lost money on every single one of them. Had I waited, understood what I was doing, surrounded myself with the right team, I would have avoided what ultimately turned out to be a catastrophe in my life. So look, it's like a catch-22, isn't it? On one hand, I'm sitting here and telling you I've made all this money flipping deals and you should too. On the other hand, I'm telling you, better watch out. There's a solution. Guys, number 1, I want to be honest with you. I have made every single one of those 5 mistakes. It cost me time, cost me money, cost me stress, cost me tremendous amount of anxiety. I don't want you to go through the exact same thing. Let me tell you what I do now and how I solve those problems for people just like you. 22 years in a business, over 3,000 real estate transactions. 100% of all the deals I do now are with people just like you all across the United States. You see, my team becomes your team. The team that I was telling you need to put together, that's my team. I have the contractors. I have the realtors. I have the inspectors. I got all the money we need. All I need is I need some more local boots on the ground to help me execute these deals. In return, we'll coach you, we'll generate leads for you right where you live. I'll provide all the capital you and I need to do the deals. We sell them, we split the profits down the middle. That's my solution of how you avoid these 5 catastrophic mistakes. Let's get started. So look, I've revealed the 5 mistakes. The way I see it now, you got 2 options. Option number 1, you know what they are. You can go out there and you know what to look for. I've given you some solutions also. Option number 2, and what I consider to be the fast track, let's go do this together. Let's utilize my knowledge, my expertise, and my team. If option 2 sounds like the one you want to go down, click the link below. Let's connect. Let's make sure we're a good fit for each other. Let's go make some money together. By the way, guys, if you like this content, please subscribe, ring the bell. Most importantly, on the other side, with the next video, I got some more amazing stuff for you.